G'day everyone, it's Justin and
Scott.
Two dads again from Australia. And today we're coming to you in a 2018 Peugeot 5008. Now mate, Peugeot. It's probably our first Peugeot on the channel. I think you've owned one. I've had one for about 6 months as well.
Absolutely, always had a soft spot for what was, for a great brand.
So we're in Peugeot's 7-seat SUV. This is the 5008. This current version sort of was updated, I think, in February this year. It comes in 3 levels. The entry level is called the Allure, which is about $44,490. It's a top of the range one at $54,490 called the GT, and this one today we're in is the GT line, the mid-range one, which is $48,490 list price.
Okay.
Engine variants, the Allure and the GT line come with the 1.6 turbo 4-cylinder petrol engine, 121 kilowatts at 6,000 RPM, 240 newton meters at 1,400 RPM, 6-speed automatic, standard across the range. The GT comes with a 2-litre turbo diesel, which puts out 133 kilowatts and 400 newton meters. Now, this car here, it's 1,473 kilos, has a fuel consumption, combined fuel consumption of about 7.3 litres per 100 Ks. Now, mate, you've had a drive of this?
I have.
What do you think? Give us your impressions.
Oh, where do I start? Okay, well first, what we're probably driving here is like a city SUV, right?
Yep, it's 2-wheel drive.
There's no 4-wheel drive option,
yep.
So it is purely really made for the city, something that's, your driving position's elevated and you've got the room for the family in the back. So pretty family friendly.
It's not a huge SUV, is it? It's not a big 7-seat SUV like a Toyota Kluger or something like that. It's a bit smaller, mid-size SUV.
Yeah, mid-size SUV, and a bit smaller in terms of most of the competition in terms of 7 seats.
Yeah.
So we looked at the 7 seats and thought, hey, that's occasional use at the back. So you wouldn't be using that every day. Maybe like you'd use the Kluger more often. And from the outside, it doesn't look that big. And interestingly, when you drive it, we'll get to more details, but it feels quite small.
Yeah. It wraps around you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Impressions. Well, I mean, when I think of Peugeot, I think of some pretty out there, pretty cool styling. And so when, we had first look at the car from the outside, it's got some very good, nice styling cues. Mm-hmm. It is an SUV. So hard to make good-looking SUVs in my mind. I haven't seen many. So I think what we've got is the front end looks pretty good. And you've got some pretty interesting headlights at the back, which makes it stand out and look quite different. Yeah. So on the whole, they've done a pretty good job of making this car look pretty good. I'm thinking it's okay.
Yeah. Can I just say, I've had this car for the week now.
Yep.
I seriously like this car. I really do. It's some features in this car which I think for the money that, it just puts it in the top of my mind. Admittedly, this car here has got a few options on it. It's got the premium package, which has leather, heated and massage driver's seat, the panoramic sunroof, metallic paint. That puts it up to an additional $4,690. So you're in the sort of early 50s now.
Yes.
But I gotta say, for the money, like for what you get in this car, like the massage seats. I was trying to think, what other car?
Can we just cut to the chase, right? You love your heated car seats.
Yep.
And now you've just found a new level, which is
massage
you'd buy
seats.
this car just for the massage seats.
I'd sit outside in this car, get away from the kids, and just get it back massage. It's fantastic. I mean, the tech in this car, like it's got this cockpit system, which is brilliant. Like it's just like a computer display that you can run nav, you can run just normal dials, you can run a minimum sort of setting in it. That's brilliant. It's similar, I guess, to the Volkswagens, what they have.
Yes.
But
it is seriously impressive. The cockpit
that is really
display.
Impressive. Yeah. And the way they've styled this car, like that steering wheel, that feels like it's out of a go-kart, isn't it? It's just it's such a small little, like a Formula One steering wheel in an SUV.
Yep, so you got this flat top, flat bottom steering wheel. It's just fantastic.
And I've got to say, that to me, like the way it drives makes it feel very sporty. I don't know why, but having a little steering wheel in this car makes it feel very sporty. Now, you've put it in sport mode as well.
Yes.
What do you think of sport mode?
Yeah, so I think it's the mode that I'd be driving this car in quite a bit, I think.
Yeah,
if not all
it makes
the time.
a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah. So it just gives you the steering's just a little bit more sharper pointing,
Yep.
a bit more responsive. Obviously the engine revs out a bit more, and Sydney's a bit hilly in points.
Yep.
So I just found it handled all those hills and ups and downs a little bit better. So yeah, it's a really good mode actually.
It makes this car feel much more nimbler than what you think it is, isn't it?
Yes.
It's and that's the fun part, I guess, of fun and family friendly. I mean, it's definitely got the family friendliness. I mean, we saw in the back here, the middle row here, the 3 seats actually adjust independently. It's got trays in the back for the kids. There's hidden things under the floor that you can
Storage
store
space under,
things
which is terrific. Yep.
So you don't keep the iPad sitting on the seat. You can keep it hidden away. It's got Isofix on all 3 seats in the middle, so you can actually put 3 kid seats in the middle of this car, which makes it very practical.
Yes.
Then the 2 extra seats in the back, which, like you said, occasional use is probably the best way to describe it, but they fall flat in the floor, and you can actually pull them out of the car. So if you go on a picnic or something and you want to sit and watch the kids' sport or something like that, pull those seats out and you've got seats that you can sit on the ground. That's really good thinking.
Yep, it's very different than what we've seen before.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And I've got to say, that's one of the reasons we love reviewing different cars,
Yep.
is some of the different things they bring to the market. Well, this car today has been really exciting because of all those things, right?
Yeah.
All the storage
Yeah.
compartments, the way the seats have been configured. The back of this car, the second row of seats for
Yep.
the kids is just so practical.
Yep.
It's a big tick for me.
Yeah.
And then, as you were alluding to earlier, around the driver experience in this car with the massage
it's
seats,
fun to
the heated
drive.
seats,
Oh.
the cockpit, the way that all the dials wrap around you and everything.
Yep.
It has a great lot of little, you might call them gimmicks or stuff, but I think functionality that'll really add value. Yep.
Yeah, definitely. Now, safety-wise too, I mean, they've thrown a lot of safety features in this car
very
as
impressive.
well. Lane departure warning is standard on it. Active lane keep assist, blind spot, auto high beam, parking sensors front and rear with automatic parking as well. It's got a 360-degree camera as well. Adaptive cruise control, city braking with pedestrian recognition, traffic sign recognition. So, mate, it's got a lot. I mean, the only thing I could probably think that it didn't have was rear cross traffic alert, but it's got sensors in the back and everything, so that's fine.
The rest of that is very impressive.
The convenience features, it's got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, DAB, automatic tailgate in the rear,
Yep.
wireless charging for your phone
Induction
as
charging's
well.
fantastic. Yep.
Mate, so I think, that it's a hidden gem, this car. Like, if you really want features in your car at like good value for money, have a look at one of these, definitely. Like, they've thrown a lot in the car. So
Yes, absolutely.
and I think the icing on the cake, 5-year unlimited K warranty on it as well, and the service intervals, cap price servicing, but it's every 12 months as
Yep.
well. 12 months or...
We think those two
Yeah.
things are very important, right?
Yeah.
5-year warranty and not having to take it for a service every 6 months. Yeah.
And mate, probably the only thing I would probably say is a bit iffy about the car, if you're tall, if you're sitting in the middle row, if you're a big person, you will touch the roof, especially this car
Yes.
has the sunroof in it too.
Yep.
So, if you've got tall kids or something like that, you may just want to be aware of that.
Yep.
So,
So I'm the old test, 6 foot.
Yeah, so you touch
my head's just touching. So
the
if you're
roof.
going over a few bumps and stuff, you're
Yeah.
going to be hitting it. So
Yeah,
it's
so-
there is it's not for post 6 foot people.
no, mate. X Factor question, what we usually ask, is it something that you would look back at or when you park the car? I personally think, like you said, it is hard to get an SUV to look good.
Yes.
I think they've done a good job with this. It has got a bit of, I think, European flair about it.
Yes.
In some of the, the features and things like that. I think it looks pretty good for what it is.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think there's many SUVs I'd look back at. This one has enough design cues to say, yeah, I'd probably look back at it, especially if I'm looking back at it at the front end. I think the front end's really good. So yeah, for an SUV, it's great. Yeah, it's good.
Anyway, just want to put a big thank you out to our friends at Peugeot Australia for the loan of the 5008 this week. I've got to say, there's some things in this thing I really love.
Yeah, and I'd absolutely recommend if someone wants a city SUV, and with all the family friendliness that they can get,
and tech and safety. Have a look at one
this
of
is
these.
well worth putting on the bucket list to have a look at. Yep.
Definitely. Anyway, we'll see you next time.
See ya.